She spent weeks in a medically induced coma, woke up, and for a moment it looked like she might actually beat it. Then the world lost her anyway. This is the real story of Bonnie Tyler's death, the illness that took her by surprise, and the massive public farewell now being planned in her honor. Bonnie Tyler, the Welsh singer behind Total Eclipse of the Heart, holding out for a hero, and It's a Heartache, has died at the age of 75. Born Gaynor Hopkins, she passed away on July 8 in a hospital in Portugal. Her family confirmed the news in a statement released through her official website, and the loss was felt almost instantly across the music world. Her cause of death was linked to an illness she had been receiving treatment for, though her family described her passing as unexpected. What made it especially hard for fans to process was that things had actually seemed to be improving beforehand. Earlier this year, Tyler underwent emergency intestinal surgery while in Portugal. Doctors placed her in a medically induced coma afterward to help her body recover. Weeks later, her representatives shared some hopeful news, revealing that she had woken up, though she remained in intensive care and was still described as very unwell. For a moment, it felt like she might pull through entirely. Instead, despite doctors expressing some optimism along the way, her health ultimately gave out, and she passed away in the hospital from the very illness she had been fighting. When the news broke, tributes poured in almost immediately from across the entertainment industry. Catherine Zeta-Jones, Bryan Adams, Rod Stewart, Cliff Richard, and Johnny Knoxville were among the many stars who publicly honored her memory, remembering both her voice and her impact on decades of music lovers. A funeral notice released on behalf of her family described her as a warm, generous artist whose music touched generations, adding that her legacy continues to fill dance floors and karaoke booths all around the world. Now, funeral arrangements have officially been announced, giving fans a real chance to say a final goodbye. On Saturday, August 15th, Tyler's coffin will be brought back to her home in Mumbles, Wales, and members of the public have been invited to line Newton Road starting at 3:15 in the afternoon to pay their respects as the procession passes through. 2 days later, on Monday, August 17th, a public celebration of life will be held at Swansea Minster, St. Mary's Church at midday, followed by a private family service. After the Swansea service, her journey continues to Skewen, the small village in Port Talbot where she actually grew up, with the procession expected to pass through around 1:20 that afternoon before a final, private farewell with her closest family. Her family has requested family flowers only, asking instead that anyone wishing to honor her memory consider donating to 2 charities she personally supported as patron, Noah's Ark Children's Hospital for Wales and Cerebral Palsy Cymru. It's a detail that says a lot about who she was outside of music, someone who quietly gave back long before and after she became a global name. To understand why so many people are planning to line the streets for her, you have to understand the journey Bonnie Tyler actually had. She grew up in a 4-bedroom council house in Skewen, one of 6 children raised by a coal miner father and a homemaker mother, with very little money but a house full of music thanks to her siblings' influence. She went from performing in local clubs to becoming one of the most recognizable voices in music history, known for her distinctly husky, powerful tone. Her career took off with her 1977 album The World Starts Tonight, but it was 1983's Total Eclipse of the Heart, written and produced by the late Jim Steinman, that turned her into a global icon, spending 4 consecutive weeks at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. She went on to perform for audiences all over the world, including 3 performances at the Kremlin in Russia, once even in front of Vladimir Putin himself. She was married to her husband, Robert Sullivan, for more than 50 years, and though the couple never had children, she often spoke fondly of her many nieces and nephews. Bonnie Tyler leaves behind a body of work that has soundtracked generations of dance floors, movies, and karaoke nights, along with a voice that will likely never be replicated. As her family prepares to bring her home one final time through the streets of Wales, fans across the world are getting ready to do exactly what she always encouraged them to do: sing along one last time.